Hello everyone, my name is John Hall. I'm going to be your instructor for this course. Again, you've made it to Digital Media 102. This is the history of global cinema. So welcome aboard. Thank you for taking this class. I think it's going to be very cool. I enjoy doing this class because all year round I am teaching film production courses. So I'm actually teaching the process of making films. And this summer course gives me a chance to critically analyze cinema, talk about why filmmakers are doing what they do and how they're doing what they do. So it's a little bit different than the actual how do we make a movie kind of thing. So I enjoy it. It's an 8-week course. It covers 16 weeks of material. So that means we're moving really quickly. We're moving double time. So every week we are going to hit 2 modules. So make sure that you are keeping up with things because there is no going backwards in the course. It's an asynchronous course on Canvas, which means you go through it at your pace. There are no scheduled Zoom calls or anything like that. There are due dates and parts of the class will lock up and you can't get back to them. So you do have to pay attention to due dates, but you do get to go through it when you find time to go through it. Okay? The deadlines are firm. There are no extensions. There are no extra credit assignments to make up for missed work. There's a way that I help you out regarding kind of some bonus points, and you'll hear about that in one of the pages in course information. So make sure you check that out. The student lounge is a discussion board. Okay, this thing is for you as classmates to interact with each other. If you have questions about the content, you don't understand something that was discussed in a lecture and how it pertains to a movie regarding a prompt in the discussion board or something, this is where you ask those kinds of questions. If you're unclear about a due date or something like that, that's another place that you could go get the answer to that question. You should all be monitoring the student lounge. And I will be monitoring as well. Obviously, if I see a question, I'll answer the question. But it's also a great place to kind of set up study groups and things like that if you feel like you just want to interact and make it a little bit more like a face-to-face class, all right? You want to watch this video all the way through till the end, and then when you're finished with it, go to course information. And you'll go through the course information page by page. Do it chronologically and just keep hitting next until you've made your way through it. Somewhere in course information, you're going to get to this discussion board that's called Getting to Know You. This is super important. This is how I know you're participating in the class so I don't drop you on the first day. All right? I know the first module isn't due until Tuesday, but I have to know that everybody's participating at the end of day 1. Okay? So make sure that you do the Getting to Know You discussion board by the end of the day on first day of class. That way you don't run the risk of getting dropped. And then you make your way through the rest of course information and you'll land in Module 1. Now you can start going through Module 1. It's due pretty quickly. It's due on the second day of class because it's due on Tuesdays. You'll be able to get through it pretty quickly. There still is a lecture video and there's some other content to get through, but the film is actually pretty short. It's a 14-minute long short film, so you should be able to get through it pretty quickly and then get to your discussion board and get to your quiz. Okay. Next thing there, it says all the modules open and close at 5 p.m. Okay, on Tuesdays and Fridays. Let's say we're at Module 7. It's going to be open on a Tuesday, let's say. Okay, it opens on a Tuesday. That means Module 6 closed on that Tuesday. All right, and if Module 7 opened on a Tuesday, you're going to have till Friday at 5 p.m. and then it's going to close, and Module 8 is going to open at 5 p.m. on that Friday. So everything is just opening and closing on the Tuesday or the Friday. There are 3 exceptions, so let's go through those. Module 1 is an exception right off the bat. The reason why I do this with Module 1, it's not a day thing, it's a time thing, okay? So Module 1 is still going to close on Tuesday, but it is going to stay open until 11:59. It's the only module that stays open till 11:59. All right. So make sure that you're clear on that because the rest of the class does not do that. Okay. And the only reason I do it is because we're getting started so fast. I'm trying to give you a little bit of extra time to get through what we would be doing in Module 1. All right. Module 2, it's actually a day thing, not a time thing. Okay. Module 2 is actually going to close at 5 p.m. on the Saturday, not on the Friday. And the reason why is because Juneteenth, June 19th, is a holiday that we observe. So I'm giving you an extra day, so you don't have to do work on that particular day, to finish the second module, okay? So it'll be due on Saturday at 5 p.m. Module 6, we have another holiday. That's the July 4th holiday. So instead of it being due on Friday at 5 p.m., it's also going to be due on a Saturday at 5 p.m. The rest of the modules are either going to be Tuesday or Friday at 5 p.m. Due dates and assignments. Okay, so all we basically have each particular week is a discussion board and a quiz. Again, always do it 5 o'clock. The only two exceptions to that rule are on week 8 and week 16. That's midterm week or midterm module and final module. On those modules, your discussion board becomes a 3-page paper and your quiz becomes an exam that's got 50 questions on it. Okay, so you got to give yourself more time for week 8 and week 16 or module 8 and module 16. Okay, and again, they open on Tuesdays and Fridays. You want to keep track of your assignments and the due dates because, again, things move really quickly. And once things lock, you can't get them open again. All right. Discussion boards. Make sure that you are writing at least 5 sentences for each prompt. So usually each discussion board is going to have 2 prompts, which means you're going to write at least 10 sentences. Please give me your opinion about what I'm asking, but then also give me examples from the film and the lecture and our readings and whatever else we covered in that particular week. Make sure you're using examples from our material and backing up your thoughts or your ideas or your opinions with those facts. When you reply to your classmates, you have to reply to 2 classmates. Make sure your replies are at least 5 sentences long. And whether you agree or disagree, make sure you're backing up what you're saying with examples from the film or the reading or whatever else. All right? These shouldn't just be really brief pieces of composition. They should be well thought out, well organized. And if you need more than 5 sentences, write more than 5 sentences. 5 sentences is the minimum. Okay, so you got to give yourself time to do the course. People think that an online course should be easier or faster than an in-person course. That's not the case. It should take just as long. You should be able to put just as many hours into an online course as you do to an in-person course. All right. This course, again, moves really, really quickly. So keeping up is super important. Where people kind of stumble is when they get behind. The content isn't difficult. It's the time, the pacing that gets to be a struggle for people sometimes. Again, reminder, no extensions, no extra credits. There's going to be a lot more information in course information. Again, look for the page on where you're going to talk about earning your points. That'll explain how I give you bonus points to help you out. You can start that all now, and as soon as you're done with that, then you can move to Module 1. Welcome aboard. Again, my name is John Hall. I want to be a resource for you, so please, if you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, send me an email. I'm usually pretty quick with responses. And then also don't forget about that student lounge where you can ask questions as well. So hopefully we have a good class. I'm looking forward to it. I love watching these films. I go back and watch the films as you watch the films. So it's a great chance for me to get back and look at this cool stuff. It's movies that you probably wouldn't go check out on your own. So hopefully you enjoy them. And again, welcome aboard.